Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Basil Rathbone, inviting you to join me beyond the green door. Wisdom dictates that all-powerful invaders should proceed with caution, lest that invasion bring them to the land beyond the green door. The long trip had been uneventful. Now the pilot and his 3 crew members were eagerly anticipating putting down on solid ground. They were weary of the dull routine aboard the spacecraft and staring out of the portholes day after day at the immense black void through which they sped. All were armed and fully prepared for the invasion. Incursion, the commander-in-chief had called it, but invasion was what it actually was. They would be the first to land on the strange bluish-green planet. And one word from them, and thousands of identical ships, manned with fully trained troops, would be dispatched immediately to join them. "We've been sent to lay the groundwork for a full-scale war," exclaimed the pilot enthusiastically. "I say full-scale, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised if it's all over in a matter of hours." "If any intelligent beings exist on this planet, won't they have weapons?" asked the navigator wearily. He was a big, broad-shouldered fellow, almost as tall as the pilot. "We should naturally expect these creatures to have weapons, but they'll never be able to stand up against ours," said the pilot. "This planet is still in the Dark Ages, our scientists know. They've been studying it for 50 years. Besides, we needn't worry about whatever weapons they have. This ship of ours is absolutely impregnable. Our port windows are thick, and all we need do is slam the door and take off if we find ourselves badly outnumbered. Remember, we have strict orders not to slaughter the inhabitants. On the other hand, if we are lucky, perhaps we'll be able to take a few prisoners." Although night was beginning to fall over the land, the invaders clearly perceived their destination. 10,000 feet, snapped the navigator. "Proceeding straight down." Seconds crept by. "Cut all power," ordered the pilot. "All right, men, check your weapons." Suddenly, and without warning, on the instant, they touched down. A loud, roaring sound was heard. They felt a violent wrench, and the ship tipped up on its side, teetered a moment, then fell over upside down. The windows shattered, the doors ripped from their hinges, and powerful streams of water poured into the cabin, filling it quickly, drowning the 4 helpless men trapped inside. Mr. Henry Skinner finished watering the lawn, flicked the hose over his marigolds for good measure, and dropping it on the grass, walked towards the faucet. On the way, his heel came down full force on a small, round metal object that looked to Mr. Skinner like a child's top. He tossed it into the trash can, and turning off the water, unscrewed the hose and began reeling it in.